Alrighty, time for one which I've been keen for. It's the Dragon Structure deck going up against Zombie. So straight away we're going into a deck look here. As we go through some of the monsters, a bit quick for me to call them all out one by one as the cursor flicks past. Okay, now there are a few banned cards that we haven't been able to include. Snatch Steal is one of them, Premature Burial is one of them. Pot of Greed, that's why there's two Shard of Greeds, and Heavy Storm is also banned, that's why there's two Mystical Space Typhoons. But that appears to be all for this one. The rest of the cards are there. As for the Zombie deck, that too. Oh, did I say Snatch Steal as well? Snatch Steal is also... It's actually a limited card now, I believe. Back when this game was in its peak, it was a banned card. Now, the Zombie deck I'm a little bit more familiar with because I actually own this deck. I don't own the Dragon one, and I haven't really seen it played that much. For the Zombie deck, Card of Safe Return is banned. Snatch Steal was in it, and that's banned. Okay, Hey Trunade. That's been put in place of Giant Trunade. And Heavy Storm, I think, was in that deck as well. That's why there's two Mystical Space Typhoons. Pot of Greed as well. I think there were five. There were 5 banned cards in the Zombie one. So, but other than that, the cards added in kind of replicate somewhat the effect in a weaker way. So, they haven't really been nerfed. They're still pretty true to their originals, as true as it can really get to the to what we have available to us here. Card of Safe Return. That is a very powerful effect. Whenever you special summon, you can draw 2 cards from your deck. I think roughly that's what its text said. But man, really good card, but unfortunately banned. And for good reason, because with the amount of special summoning you can do these days in Yu-Gi-Oh! Makes that card extremely broken. So, Zombies against Dragons. These 2 decks came out in 2005. They were the first 2 structure decks to come out. And what the structure decks did was it gave us access to a really well-built deck with some pretty decently rare monsters as well that you would get from the booster packs. So Nobleman of Crossout, that's a useful card as well, can destroy a face-down monster. So I'm not very familiar with the Dragons deck, as hey, they've just played a Nobleman of Crossout themselves. And Spirit Reaper, which can't be destroyed by battle, so that's actually a very handy win there for the Dragon deck. Masked Dragon when this card is destroyed. Ah, okay, so that is the Dragon 1500 or less attack from the deck effect. Monster. The one for Zombie deck is Pyramid Turtle. The one for the Fire deck is UFO Turtle. For example, the one for the Water deck is Mother Grizzly. For the Insect deck, it's Flying Kamakiri number 1. So there's a monster for all types. For 1500 an attack. For the Warrior one, it's... I can picture the card, but I can't think of its name. It's a girl sort of sitting on the floor in the sort of roby kind of costume. Can't remember its name, but I think that's the Warriors one. Okay, Armed Dragon level 3. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that may have been a mistake from the Zombie deck. Okay, because now the Dragon deck is going to be able to summon... I think it had Armed Dragon level 5. It didn't have Armed Dragon level 7 in it. That was... When you would buy these structure decks, they would come with like a little pamphlet. And the pamphlet would say, with booster packs, let's power up this structure deck. That's how they got you buying specific booster packs. For the Zombie one, the pamphlet had Red Moon Baby, it had Fear from the Dark, had Rope of Life. For the Dragon one, I don't know. I never actually owned the deck. But yes, that may have been a mistake from the Zombie deck to attack that Dragon, because the effect of Armed Dragon level 3 is easier to activate when your opponent summons it to the field for you and then they can't attack it. So the Zombie deck is very, very good. It was, out of the 5 structure decks that I have, Or is it 6? I might have 6. Anyway, out of all the structure decks I had, the zombie deck was definitely the best. Its Pyramid Turtle actually doesn't summon a monster with 1500 or less attack like the traditional ones do. It special summons a monster with a zombie monster, I should say, with 2000 or less defense. And what that does is it allows Ryukoki to get to the field, or Ryukoki, I'm not sure how it... Koki or Koki, either way is probably good enough. But that's 2400 attack that can be special summoned with Pyramid Turtle, so that's where the zombie deck is so strong. However, Vampire Lord has just come to the field. He's the one that's needed to get Vampire Genesis to the field, which is the cover monster for the zombie deck. The cover monster for the dragon deck was Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, which needs Red Eyes Black Dragon to get to the field, which is also in the dragon deck. So it is both monsters, Vampire Genesis and Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, both are actually quite difficult to get to the field. You won't see them very often, but they do have very good effects. So does Vampire Genesis. You send a monster, I don't remember if it's from the field or if it's from the hand. I think it might be from the hand or field. I'd have to see it, but you can special summon a monster from the graveyard with a less star level. That's where Despair from the Dark comes in handy for this deck. You can throw Despair from the Dark and you can bring back other zombie monsters straight back from the graveyard. That's where the power of the zombie deck lays, is special summoning its monsters from the graveyard. Which is why Rope of Life is a good addition to this deck, along with, believe it or not, Call of the Haunted was not in the zombie deck. It is in the dragon deck, but it's not in the zombie deck, which is really bizarre, but... And Premature Burial is a banned card. It's almost the exact same effect as Call of the Haunted, but Call of the Haunted isn't banned. There would be a reason for it. It's probably because spell cards, you can probably set off like a loop effect or something, but they're literally the same effect. One's banned, the other isn't, so Call of the Haunted could always act as a sort of as a replacement for Premature Burial. If not, if I don't want to put in Call of the Haunted, then Monster Reborn does the job. That's limited to 1, and it's a better card in theory than Premature Burial when you think about it. So Armed Dragon level 5 gets the job done on Vampire Lord. It was a mistake from the zombie deck to destroy that dragon. That would special summon the 1500 or less. That's where the strength of the dragon deck appears to lie. Oh, there's Dark Dust Spirit. Unfortunately, the zombie deck can't get it to the field. It will lose this first match. We're gonna play that. We're gonna play a few. I don't actually know how much they played in the end, but I did look at the time code on the video. It was about 41 minutes. We were aiming for over half hour, in between a half hour and an hour for these sorts of videos. So I don't know exactly how many games were played, but it'd be a fair few. So Element Dragons come to the field. It's 1500. Dragon level 5 finishes it off. So we're not necessarily going for a win and loss, like best of 3, best of 5, etc., etc. I think it's just however long the it takes to get to close to 45 minutes or so. So perspective will switch after every 2 games, I believe, or something. So I quite like the dragon deck with that Armed Dragon level 3 and that 1500 attack when it's destroyed by Battle Dragon. That's a pretty good combo. I quite like that. And Torrential Tribute set and 2 compulsory evacuation device. So the dragon deck will actually have a tough time keeping monsters on the field in this match. There's Reload as well. Alright, Main phase 1. Alright, what has a dragon deck got to start off with here? It's got a face down defense and a Swords of Revealing Light. I should also mention, I don't think our two players, which I believe was Cameron and Daniel, but it may have been someone else as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure when we were talking about it, the two players that are actually playing these decks that we're watching back, neither one of them had actually used those decks before, so they were new to them as well. There's Reckless Greed. So the dragon deck went with a defense with Swords of Revealing Light. I wonder what that's about. Be a reason for it. So Reckless Greed lets you draw 2 cards, but you skip the next 2 draw phases. Bit of a double-edged sword card. Oh, here we go. Armed Dragon level 3. So with Swords of Revealing Light on the field, Oriental Tribute, that will destroy both of them. Destroy all monsters on the field. When a monster is summoned, just destroy all the monsters on the field. And it was the Black Dragon Chick, I think that's called. It's had a different name in its time as well. I think it was changed from. I remember it being called Red Eyes Black Chick. That's what I remember it being called. Something like that. Or Black Dragon Chick, or something like that. There's Reload from the zombie deck. We've still got Swords of Revealing Light on the field. However, there is a Dust Tornado there. And Master Kionshi at 1750. So the dragon deck needs to get something down here. Its Swords of Revealing Light won't last forever. Book of Life will revive a zombie monster. It's basically a Monster Reborn, but for zombies. Alright, Armed Dragon level 3 again. The Swords of Revealing Light on the field. It's a good move. Oh, and they're Stamping Destruction. Will it hit? Will it hit the right one? Oh, I think it's gone for compulsory evac. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Dust Tornado activates. It goes after Swords of Revealing Light. Even though the spell was activated, both the traps can be activated. And Compulsory Evacuation Device is going to send the Armed Dragon level 3 back to the dragon's hand anyway. And the dragon's deck is looking a bit exposed here on their side of the field. Now, what can the zombies draw? Can they draw a creature swap? That's not a bad card, creature swap, actually. Questionable replacement for Change of Heart as well, creature swap. You just have to swap one of your own monsters along with it. So I don't mind creature swap being a replacement for Change of Heart for future series and duels where Change of Heart is featured. Again, I believe that may be limited to 1 these days as well. I don't think that's banned anymore. It's banned on this. Oh, if only Konami would throw an update down Legacy of the Duelist's way, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But one can dream. Alright, Reckless Greed now for the zombies. So the Structured X did have a few copy cards in Magic and Traps. There's Ceasefire. Did 500 points of life point damage to the zombies. I don't remember exactly what Ceasefire does. It's not just that effect. I think it's does 500 per effect monster on the field. There's something with monsters being face down or something in its text. I'd have to have it up to remember. I don't remember. Never really used the Ceasefire card in Yugioh before. Dragons have one card face down. They've got Master Kyonshi. They've also got Vampire Lord. And they do also have Book of Life, so they can reborn any zombie monster that goes to the graveyard. Oh, the Dragon's Bead. However, I don't believe that will block attacks. Master Kyonshi has gone to the graveyard. The zombies don't use their Book of Life. Sometimes it is a good card to hang on to, actually. The Book of Life, because if you lose Vampire Lord, you can get that back. Master Kyonshi's only 1750 after all. There's also creature swap, so if the dragons get something strong, Book of Life, pull a weak zombie, creature swap, opponent is then in trouble. But they had to send a monster to the graveyard. It was Red Eye's Black Dragon that was sent. I guess just in case the dragons drew their resurrection card, or they didn't want to draw the Red Eye's Black Dragon. But it looks like they only have magic and traps, so unless one of them can block an attack... Oh no, the zombies still can't win from here. They're getting another attack though. And whenever Vampire Lord does life point damage, monster cards, spell cards or trap cards can be selected. The opponent has to discard one from the deck. And again, it was monster card, and this time, as you see there, the Red Eye's Darkness Dragon. It does the Dragon's deck no good to draw them now. And oh, it's another magical trap, so the likelihood is that the zombies will bring it back and make it 1-1 here. There's Nobleman of Cross out. And Book of Life. If Master Kyonshi and Vampire Lord can hit these attacks, it will be over. Red Eye's Black Dragon is removed from play from the effect of Book of Life as well. It's a good card, Book of Life, if you're using a zombie deck. It's a real good card. So 1750, 2000, altogether is 3750, more than enough to wipe out the dragons for what they had left. So we're at 1-1. The dragon deck and the zombie deck are, by look of it, they are a pretty even match. Despite the life point difference, they both have their strategy. They both like their pyramid turtle. Although we haven't seen a pyramid turtle yet. So, alright, here we go. We're seeing a perspective change now. So we'll go from the dragon's perspective. And ironically, Armed Dragon level 7 has just popped up. It is one of the cards that would make that dragon deck stronger. I guarantee it would have been in the pamphlet. And it would have said what structure deck. Because the Spellcaster one had either Silent Magician or Silent Swordsman. No, I think it might have been Silent Magician. That was in the Spellcaster structure deck, but they only had level 3 and 5. Or she might have been 2 and 4, level 2 and 4. But it didn't have like the big guy, the big level, like their Final Evolution one. It didn't have that one in the deck. Spellcaster's Judgment, I think that deck was called, from memory. Wasn't a bad deck, but didn't do well against the zombie deck because Ryukoki can destroy warrior and spellcasters without applying battle damage, which is why the zombie deck actually does really well against Warrior's Triumph deck as well. The replacements for Pot of Greed, Shard of Greed, are now both on the field. Oh, there's a Pyramid Turtle. So 2000 or less defense. And I think that Pyramid Turtle was made specifically for this card, Ryukoki. That's probably Ryukoki, actually, not Ryu. Ryu. However, it said it's 2400 and it's going to be very tough for the dragons to get back in this one. The twin-headed behemoth is on the field. And armed dragon level 3. So the zombies will want to get rid of that. The dragons do have Curse of Anubis. So armed dragon level 3 is being targeted. Curse of Anubis will put... It doesn't really suit the dragon deck, but it was in it. It was in the structure deck. At least in the deck lists that I looked up online. Actually, finding the deck lists for the dragons deck wasn't difficult, but only the 28 cards. It would not tell me what cards were doubled up. I had to actually watch a YouTube video on the deck to see what cards have been doubled up. The zombie one was fine. It was easy to find that on Google. The dragons raw deck for some reason was really difficult. But YouTube came in handy. There's Masked Dragon. That is the, if that's destroyed by battle, we will see a 1500 or less attack. Oh, there's Swords of Revealing Light. That's a great draw. If only they can draw red eyes. Ah, that Spirit Reaper is on the field now as well. Spirit Reaper cannot be destroyed by battle, meaning it can be very difficult to get that off the field. Although the Dragon deck did it in the first match. They did it with Nobleman of Crossout. There's Mystical Space Typhoon. It has got rid of the Swords of Revealing Light, which means the zombies are free to attack, and they will probably go for that Armed Dragon level 3 to get that off the field. Ryukoki into attack mode at 2400. And there goes the Armed Dragon level 3. Not good news for the Dragon deck. Can they get back into this one? They've still got the twin-headed behemoth. There's Mystical Space Typhoon, and Shard of Greed is ready again. And we see Luster Dragon. Oh, and the Armed Dragon level 5. Now it's 2400. It will match Ryukoki. So what will they go for here? You almost have to go in to attack it to get them both off the field. Oh, that's right. I just seen the activate thing. I'm trying to read that effect. Change your face on the field to face up defense position. Okay. The Armed Dragon level 5. You can send a monster from your hand to the graveyard. And it was the Masked Dragon, and they can get rid of Spirit Reaper. I remember that effect now, when it was used in Chaz's deck that we had on the channel a little while ago. Chaz took on... did Chaz take on Battle City? Was that one in the series? Yeah, because we used the Ojama deck, didn't we? Because I'm pretty sure the Ojama deck did pretty well. Alright, Regenerating Mummy has come to the field. It's an 1800, so the dragons are going to be put down to 5,000 life points. However, they do have Luster Dragon in their hand. There's Ceasefire, which does 500 points of damage. Also inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster on the field. It's kind of like a just desserts card then, with a little bit of extra added effects of flipping up face down defense monsters. Or flipping them up or something. There's Luster Dragon up against Regenerating Mummy. 100 points off the zombies, and the dragons now have the field advantage. Ooh, there's a Shard of Greed. End phase, turn change, and it is Nobleman of Crossout. There's Mystical Space Typhoon, and that's going after Shard of Greed, getting rid of the zombie's ability to draw. It's a shame that it's you have to wait the 2 turns. That's where the Pot of Greed is a better card, but again, banned card. 1900 off the zombies. I reckon Pot of Greed should be restricted. I reckon that should be restricted to 1. In fact, it might have even changed again since the since that time as well. There's a face down from the zombies. So lost a dragon at 1900. It's a there's Stamping Destruction as well. Can destroy their face down card. And can use Nobleman of Crossout here as well if they want to. And oh no, they've gone to the battle phase. Oh dang, too late now. Gone in for the attack. And oh dear. Oh dear, that's a horrible error from the dragon deck. Overlooked the Nobleman of Crossout in the hand, risked the attack, and it was Pyramid Turtle. Oh, that may be a match-costing mistake there from the dragon deck. It happens to all of us. But that Nobleman of Crossout, oh, that could have won the match. That could be the oh, it's gonna be it, isn't it? That's gonna be the missed move that costs the match. If Nobleman of Crossout was played there, that probably would have won the match for the dragon deck. However, it's not over. Ryu Koki, however you want to say it, is on the field. There's Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Reload is activated. Oh, there's Call of the Haunted. Oh, okay, Call of the Haunted could get back the Armed Dragon level 5. Alright, Masked Dragon. Masked Dragon is played. Call of the Haunted held. We've played it. Maybe they want to use Masked Dragon's effect. I don't know the dragon deck well enough to comment on the move. Masked Dragon. Ugh. Well, there's no Red Eyes in hand, so the Red Eyes Black Chick isn't really an option. Masked Dragon has summoned itself to the field after the other one was destroyed. Oh, there's that Nobleman of Crossout again. Alright, this time Call of the Haunted has been played. Armed Dragon level 3 has been set. And oh, the Book of Life. Again, that's a very useful card, and a Ryu Koki was already in the graveyard. Oh, if the dragon deck used Call of the Haunted a turn earlier, they would have had their... Oh, Book of Life is going to remove... It's going to remove it from play. Could Call of the Haunted be activated there? I think the dragon deck may have just... It made that one mistake, and I think it's flustered the player a bit. But... it happens to all of us. Again, both players were probably... well, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure that both of them were new to these decks, so... They would have to play them a few times to sort of get the hang of them as well. But it was definitely one of the dragons... There's Call of the Haunted. Oh, actually the move might still... it might still work, but... Maybe a turn too late. Oh, either way, Book of Life would have still been activated and brought back a Ryu Koki anyway. Even if the Armed Dragon level 5 was brought back earlier. That Call of the Haunted, not Call of the Haunted, that Nobleman of Crossout earlier, if that was used on Pyramid Turtle, we'd be seeing a very different match right now. Armed Dragon level 5 is called back, but there's no monsters in hand that can do any damage to Ryukoki. We're into the battle phase, and looks like they're going to try and take one of them out. Even if this happened as well earlier with Call of the Haunted, it would have still been the same result. Book of Life would have been played, and Ryukoki would have been revived anyway. Oh, it's amazing the difference of what one card played at the right time can do in Yu-Gi-Oh! If that Pyramid Turtle was destroyed, Ryukoki would not be on the field. It always amazes me in Yu-Gi-Oh! How one card can make so much difference at the right time. There's... oh, Black Dragon's Chick is what it's called. Oh, I was close. Black Dragon's Chick. I think it was called Red Eyes... Red Eyes Dragon Chick or something. I think its name was changed. I'm almost certain its name was changed at one point. It was called something else on yesteryear. Well, 2100 life points and no Red Eyes Black Dragon drawn. If Red Eyes Black Dragon was drawn, 2400 would have met 2400 again. But it's probably one the Dragon deck should have won. However, it was a pretty close match. Even not in terms of life points, even so, the two decks are pretty evenly matched. Again, this isn't really like an official tournament match or anything like that. It is a more of a get used to the decks kind of feel anyway. Which is why we have these sorts of matches, so to get our players the hang of the deck. There's the Dragon's Bead again. Discard one card from your hand. Negate the... oh, draw two cards and skip your next two draw phases. Read the rest of the Dragon's Bead effect. It's not that great, the Dragon's Bead. I'm actually surprised Dragon's Gunfire isn't in the Dragon deck. Direct attack from Ryukoki. Well, the Dragon deck certainly could have won it. However, they're going to set... so is it 2-1 to the zombies now? Yeah, I think so. But it is still just a deck run, a deck test. Get used to the decks, because I would love to do a structure deck tournament. I would love to watch that. A structure deck tournament from the original 6 structure decks. I used to host sort of like mini tournaments with the ones that I owned as well. And they were, well, I'm pretty sure I had 5 of them, because I had an uneven number, so I had to I think I used those 5 structure decks. Actually, I ended up buying the, no, I did have 6, because I had the Samurai deck as well, the 6 Samurai. And that deck is really, really cool as well. That 6 Samurai deck. Okay, so the Dragon deck, there's Masked Dragon, Armed Dragon level 3 as well. In hand, there's a Monster Reborn, a Stamping Destruction, a Reload, and a Curse of Anubis, so it's not a bad starting hand. Both players have gone defensive. There's Regenerating Mummy. Great card, 1800 attack. And Masked Dragon under the attack here. However, this could call another Armed Dragon level 3. So we could be seeing the Armed Dragon level 5 on the next turn. That's really the function of this deck. The pamphlets that came with these structure decks, they also gave you some guides on how to play combos from the deck as well. And no doubt that would have been the combo. Masked Dragon destroyed, Armed Dragon level 3 to the field. Opponent can't attack it. Armed Dragon level 5 on the next turn. There's Reckless Greed. Monster Reborn is available as well. There we go. Armed Dragon level 3. Its effect is activated. Armed Dragon level 5 will come to the field at 2400. So dragons have the... compulsory evacuation device. Oh, that's horrible. Compulsory evacuation device is one of the most trolling cards in this game. Well, there is Monster Reborn. Jar of Greed has just gone down. The Curse of Anubis is available, so Monster Reborn. Well, the thing is, there could be a Torrential Tribute. There could be a compulsory evac device as well. Change your monsters and put them to 0. Oh, there's Stamping Destruction. Okay, so maybe electing not to use Monster Reborn and pull Armed Dragon level 5 back to the field again. Oh, it's a Dust Tornado. They may have thought it might have been Torrential Tribute or another compulsory evacuation device, because the zombie deck does have multiple of them. And, oh, it's Curse of Anubis that just got lost as well. There we go, a card has just been set down. There goes Dust Tornado. The zombies lose 500 life points. But they still have Monster Reborn and Armed Dragon level 5. Well, they're having a bit of a think. Oh. Oh man, that's what overthinking does. Oh man, I thought they were going to use Monster Reborn and blow their chance to get Armed Dragon level 5 back to the field. That's what overthinking does. But no, it looks like our play. Oh, that Reckless Greed did not draw anything useful. Oh no, and there's a Pyramid Turtle. Oh, there's another Pyramid Turtle. I understand why they didn't go with Armed Dragon level 5 in fear that there might have been another compulsory evacuation device or the Torrential Tribute face down. It was good foresight to think that way, however, Armed Dragon level 5 would have done a little bit better. There is a reload in hand. The Dragon deck will not be able to draw from their deck for the next 2 turns during the draw phase. Due to the effect of Reckless Greed, the Trap Jammer and Ceasefire are the 2 worst possible cards that it could have drawn with that effect. So Armed Dragon level 5 will be able to come to the field. Monster Reborn and then a Tribute, but the zombies have just got the jump on this one. Still, it's not over yet. There's Monster Reborn. Alright, Armed Dragon level 3 will come back. Armed Dragon level 5 can come to the field via Tribute. Although the Dragon deck is basically, it's going to have to activate Reload. Trap Jammer and Ceasefire just no good in this situation. And it's Dragon's Rage, which again doesn't help. Mystical Space Typhoon, which doesn't help either. I would say that the zombie deck probably has a little bit of a strategic advantage. It looks like they can get their stronger monsters out a little bit easier, and may just have slightly better magic and traps. As the Dragon's deck does have a few kind of dud ones that don't really do a lot to get them out of trouble. But from here, Ryukoki, if it decides, can just get rid of Armed Dragon level 5 and itself. Pyramid Turtle still on the field, has just been tributed for Vampire Lord. Well, the Dragon's deck won't even be able to draw a card because of the effects of Reckless Greed. So the Dragon deck is going to lose this one as well. I mean, they played conservative when they were face down cards on the Zombies field. However, if they played differently, would it have done any different? Because there were still Pyramid Turtles on the field. If they were destroyed by battle, Ryukoki would have come down anyway. But you play with these structure decks, you know, a handful of times. You get better with them. It took me a little while to get the hang of the zombie deck back in the day, but... Same with the fire deck, Blazing Victory or something it was called. Infernal Flame Emperor was a monster on the cover for that as well. That deck was really good. Ultimate Baseball Kid as well. I think that was either number 3 or number 4, along with the Rage of the Deep or something. The one with Ocean Dragon Lord Neo Deadless in it. That deck was pretty good as well, but the zombies have won 3, the dragons have won 1, and it was more self-inflicted from the zombies. Is that it? Oh, that is it. Well, it was a little bit under 45 minutes, but we did see the zombies. However, on a different day, the dragons would probably beat the zombies as well. I think both players need to just suss the decks out a little bit more. The dragon one, though, I quite like it. I'm not familiar with it, but now that I've seen it played a little bit, I see the strategy behind it to get that Armed Dragon level 5 out. However, still great to watch these old structure decks go at it. The zombie deck, I used that a lot back in the day. It really was a good deck as well. It's a very tough one to beat. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to do that we can put together some more of these as well in the near future as well. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.